live for what will be the last episode of our position breakdown, where we break down the quarterback position and day one of the training camp. So very excited to be live with you. If you chat, please leave a message. We'll happily talk about what we want to talk about. But I'm going to break right into the position breakdown for the quarterback position heading into 2018. If you've seen these position breakdown shows, you know what they're about. Going off the 2017 roster, looking forward to 2018. In 2017, we used three quarterbacks. We had Tyrod Taylor, Nathan Peterman, and Joe Webb. This year, it's kind of obvious the three quarterbacks we have on our team. It's going to be A.J. McCarron, Nathan Peterman, and of course, Josh Allen, the drafted first-round draft pick. So looking ahead, obviously, we can look at some stats from 2017, but they really don't mean anything at this point, right? I mean, Tyrod Taylor's gone. Nathan Peterman, this is going to be his second year, new offensive coordinator with Dabble. And then you have Josh Allen. Who's going to be the starter is pretty much a big question. Big battle as we go into training camp, as we go into the preseason. Who are we going to see at that quarterback position? I'm not sure who we're going to see. I'd love to know, what's your opinion? What's your take? Who do you think we're going to see at that quarterback position come week one? Personally, I think it's going to be A.J. McCarron. I think he's going to start the season. I don't know how long he's going to be the starter, but I do think he'll start as week one as the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. I feel like it gives him a fair shot at least. Fix my collar here. Been a busy day, but again, wanted to get on here. So I think it's going to probably be McCarron to start out the season, and we'll see what goes on from there. But I mean, everyone's going to say, as soon as McCarron starts, how many starts before Josh Allen gets in there? Well, it's all dependent on how McCarron does, obviously. I mean, if McCarron comes out, we have a tough first half of the season, especially the first four games. You're talking about Baltimore at Baltimore, talking about playing the Chargers. Luckily, the Chargers game's in Buffalo, and if we know anything about the Chargers, it's that they really don't travel well, A, and B, they normally start the season off pretty sluggish. So if those trends continue, I think that really goes in our favor going into week two. Then we're talking about going to Minnesota and then to Green Bay. Two really tough games. Minnesota and Green Bay play each other week two, so maybe we can catch Minnesota on like a rebound game, maybe they'll win a tight one, and we can kind of come in and sneak one out. The one thing I'll say about Buffalo, it seems like early in the season, last couple seasons, early in the season, they kind of surprised you with a win or two that you did not see them getting at the beginning of the season. Last year, look at the Atlanta game, right? No one expected us to win the Atlanta game. We were going up against the defending Super Bowl runner-ups, right? The NFC representative for the Super Bowl. We went up against them, and we beat them in Atlanta too. And then 2 years ago, we beat both New England without Tom Brady, and then we went to beat Arizona, who was a good playoff contender the year before too. So I don't know if anyone remembers those games, but we do have a way of sneaking in. Fox 87, thanks for joining me. I saw that you just recently did a Bills video, and I watched that this afternoon actually. So I appreciate the video. I liked it. If you do not know, Fox 87, Blue Jays fan, Bills fan, Sabres fan, and he does some great content. He live streams some of the Toronto Blue Jays games I've seen. So keep up the good work, man. That's great stuff. But going back, you ask who do I want to see as the quarterback? Who I want to see? I want to see Josh Allen. I want to see Josh Allen immediately go in and see what he can do. I don't want. If A.J. McCarron is the guy who's going to start, which is the guy I think is going to start, I don't want everyone just waiting for Josh Allen. Here's the thing I don't really like about anyone who's starting quarterback. I want the coach to show full confidence in them, right? So if A.J. McCarron is listed as our starter week one and he throws a couple interceptions early, do we all of a sudden panic and go, oh, let's go Josh Allen? Well, that's really unfair to A.J. McCarron. He's just getting started in this offense as well. So I'd really like to see whoever starts at quarterback get a fair shot. Get a couple weeks in. Don't go to A.J. McCarron week one like the Bears did, right, with Josh McCown last year. I think it was like Josh McCown played like a half, or maybe it was Houston, or maybe it was both. Who knows? Houston was Savage, I think it was, and then he played a half of football, and then Deshaun Watson came in. Deshaun Watson obviously was the better option. Deshaun Watson looks amazing. But I just don't know if that's the right way to do things, to play for a half and then all of a sudden hand it over to the rookie quarterback. that's kind of unfair to the veteran guy who's paid his dues just as much, if not more, than the rookie guy. So yeah, I mean, I think AJ McCarron. I think to your point, Fox 87. I think McDermott kind of learned his lesson last year. McDermott kind of threw Nathan Peterman in, and we found out that Nathan Peterman wasn't ready. So I think he's going to be a little gun shy when it comes to throwing in another rookie right away. John Patrick, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I agree. We should give AJ McCarron a shot. And what we learned from training camp already, the press talked to McDermott, and he said it's going to be a lot like mini camps where Nathan Peterman and AJ McCarron are going to split reps between the first and second teams, and then Josh Allen is going to spend a lot of time with the third team. So that's what we're looking at right now. Again, according to my quarterback breakdown, I would say right now, I want to just give us incomplete, right? Because we have three guys who we really haven't seen much of, but I feel like that's a cop-out, so I'm not going to do that to you guys. If I were to grade the Buffalo Bills quarterback position currently as we speak, I would probably grade them somewhere in the C- D+ range, just because we don't know what we have. I do agree that we should give AJ McCarron a shot. I do agree that we should give Nathan Peterman a shot. I think all three of these guys deserve a shot, and I think Josh Allen should be kind of like there if needed, but we should really see what AJ McCarron and Nathan Peterman bring to the slate. I mean, I remember last year, a lot of Bills fans, when we picked up Nathan Peterman in the fourth round, were very excited. Felt like we got steal. And then all of a sudden he plays one game against the Chargers, plays a half, there was 5 interceptions, and all of a sudden everybody's down on him. Well, I mean, that might be an unfair assessment. Maybe that was on McDermott, or maybe, as Steve and I have both talked about on here, maybe that's because Kelvin Benjamin went down really early in that game, and a lot of the plays were designed to go to Kelvin Benjamin to start that game. So that kind of took away a big target to begin the game. I'm looking at updates now from camp. As camp's going on, today is the first day of training camp, obviously. So it's going on right now. I believe it started at 5:30, 5 o'clock Eastern time. So they're in their pads. They're on the field right now as we speak. McCoy talks to me today. He really didn't say too much. Just said basically what you want to say. Obviously, in the legal process, he really can't say too much. He said that I'm just pulling up the quote now on my phone, pulling up what he said. He's very confident that he'll be available week 1. So we'll see what happens there. The Bills working some people out today. Do you know anything? I haven't heard anything. Again, we have our full roster currently. We signed a linebacker 2-3 days ago. So we have our 90-man roster. So we might be working some guys out. And in order to sign any of them, we'd have to release somebody, which is possible. I mean, there's a couple guys on the team who might not make it, and we already know that. So why not get some other guys in there to see what they can do? But no, I haven't heard anything about who they're working out before at training camp. What I'm really interested in is this whole Josh Allen situation with his contract. We only have four first-round draft picks that are currently still unsigned. Now, 3 of them are the top 3 quarterbacks taken: Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and then Josh Allen. So we'll see what happens there, but nothing really too much going on as far as from what I'm hearing as far as contract talks go, which is unfortunate, because I really hope that we can get a deal done. I really want to see just that not be a concern for the Bills in the near future, just because it's always nice to get you guys signed. Now, we did sign Edmonds, so he's signed, and as I stated in my linebacker episode, I really look forward to seeing him play. I just think he's going to be the monster everyone's telling us he's going to be. And again, they compared him in the NFL to Brian Urlacher. And although I don't always fall in love with the NFL comparisons, if that's right, if that's true, then we really got steal, I think. And I really look forward to that. Yeah, so I'm looking at Mike Rodak's Twitter page as he tweets out. I'm not a fan of Mike Rodak, but the truth is he's there, we're not. So he's able to report on these things. What's the deal with Zay Jones? Fox 87 asks. To be honest, I don't know. Nobody knows. He has a knee injury. They had surgery on his knee. Sean McDermott came out during minicamp and said that it wouldn't affect him for the entire season. But it really emphasized pretty much entire season. So it made you question, will he be out for some parts of the season? What does that mean for Zay Jones? I mean, that obviously takes a hit on our wide receiving core, which is already, as most people in the NFL will say, it's already pretty bad. We have I think Sports Illustrated said was the worst wide receiving corps currently in the NFL. And to be honest, I can't say I agree with them completely, but I mean, we have no proof that they're going to be anything short of the worst receiving core in the NFL. I mean, Kelvin Benjamin's a name, but anything from last year, we learned that maybe he's not always on the top of his game, but he was hurt last year. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Zay Jones, Daboll said he'd have to work to get back to the number 2 wide receiver. Steve and I both said we think that's the right thing to say and all that kind of stuff. But he will be easily, I think, the number 2 wide receiver. Matt Milano, as far as I know, he is completely healthy, ready to go. From what I've read so far, we've had no holdouts on training camp, which would include Matt Milano. Now, obviously, I'm not on the field. I don't know if he's on the field today. But from everything I've heard, he's completely healthy. I don't know how injury prone he is. I mean, last year was his first year. I don't know if maybe there's some things in college that led you to say that, but I personally don't. I mean, last year he wasn't injured that much, was he? I don't recall him getting hurt. But I really hope he stays healthy this year. I think we will need him this year. So yeah, I'm not sure. But there's no other training camp updates really. As of yet, Mike Brodak, like I said, right now they talked to McCoy. He's looking forward to being available week 1, so we look forward to having him week 1. Again, I did my running back thing with him being there week 1, and so we really look forward to that because he was such a big part of our offense last year. So Brandon Bead said that LeSean McCoy has reported training camp. We're just focused on him being here. Again, people just saying the right things. So we'll see what happens there. But that's pretty much it right now. Depending on how this evening goes, maybe I'll come back on this evening so we can talk more about training camp day 1. I look forward to that. And a lot of things are going to change now. This is getting very exciting. This is the exciting time of the year. Do you think the Bills have a top 10 defense? I've been saying that. For a long time coming into the season. I definitely think the Bills have a top 10 defense. The Bills did let Tolbert go. John Patrick, they did. I think it's the right move. I was not impressed with Tolbert last year. But yeah, I think to answer your question, Fox 87, I do believe the Bills have a top 10 defense. But it all depends a lot. I don't think a lot of that depends on the defense anymore. I think our defense is set. I think a lot of that depends on how well the offense does. If the offense leaves that defense on the field and has a lot of 3 and outs, that really will change field position, and that will make our defense look worse than I think it is. But I think Bills fans should be very excited for the future. I'm trying to begin to analyze in my head, like, what would a successful season be in my head? Would it be going back to playoffs? For the Bills to have a successful season, do they have to go back to the playoffs? Part of me says yes. I mean, we've been there now, right? So we should keep that momentum going. But at the same time, with everything that's changed in the offseason, maybe it's not. I mean, a lot of, USA Today came out and said we're going to be a 3-13, even though I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think we're going to be that bad. At the same time, people realize and recognize that we've changed a lot, and we might not be a playoff team this year. So I think as Bills fans, we need to be prepared for that. We want to be optimistic. We should be optimistic. And now that we've tasted the postseason, we want to taste the postseason and get some wins. So we'll see what happens with that. Milano keeps showing promise, and we'll see. Fox 87, I say 8897. Steve and I will be on here to do a prediction show. We'll probably go game by game. It's going to be tough, and I think week 1 is very important to determine how well we're going to do. I keep thinking in my head, if we lose to Baltimore week 1, that does not bode well for the rest of the season. But if we beat them week 1, and especially if we go on to beat San Diego at home week 2, I mean, remember last year at home, I believe we were 6-2, and we started 4-0 for sure, maybe even 5-0, I forget. But we did really well at home. So I think McDermott will have this team up. Ready to play at home, and we'll see what happens. I do agree with you, Fox 87. I'm very happy Kyle Williams is back. He's my guy. He's my guy. I really enjoy. He's been around since 2006, guys. So really look forward to seeing him. I couldn't see him putting on any other colors, any other uniform than Bills. So I'm happy he's back. I think it's a 2-year contract with a really good option after 1 year to release him if we feel the need or if he wants to retire. But I'm really glad he's back. And to apprentice, you're right, John Patrick. We got Harrison Phillips from Stanford, and everyone made the comparison about how much they look similar and how so we'll see if that hopefully transcends onto the field, right? If they look similar and play similar, that will work out for us for the next 13, 14 years. That'll be a great plus. And he's just a great spokesman for the town of Buffalo and for the fans who are passionate and love the game and love their team. So we'll see what happens, guys. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, I hope to be back maybe this evening. We can talk more. About training camp, how it went. Really look forward to Tremaine Edmunds. I can't speak enough about Tremaine Edmunds. Linebacker is my favorite position on the field, and I just can't wait to see him out there. Again, I haven't watched too much Virginia Tech football, but if you look at the measurables, you look at his highlight reels, like everything looks good, and I'm really excited to see him play. But there have definitely been busts out there too. So, hey guys, I know that it's Fox 87 and John Patrick in here right now. Come back later. Maybe I'll be back on later. We'll talk about the end of the day, what happened at training camp today, and see where we're at from there. But we will be back on here giving constant updates throughout training camp. There's going to be a lot going on right now, like I said. So we're going to constantly keep you updated, whether it's Steve and I, just me, maybe just Steve. We're not sure yet. Sometimes busy. You guys can understand that just as well as we can. We get busy. But yeah, come on back here. We'll happily talk some more Buffalo Bills football. I could really do this all day, every day. I mean, the Bills are a passion of mine. That's why we started this channel. It's passion of Steve's as well. So we will be back. And hopefully today, if not today, we'll be back soon. Give you some training camp updates and some more updates about people that we've tried, some guys we tried out, who was injured, who isn't injured, and more on the McCoy situation, more on the Zay Jones situation. If you haven't already subscribed and you're watching this, please be sure to subscribe to the Believers Talk. We will constantly keep you updated, and we'll talk to you soon. But till then, go Bills.